been by any means, but you can survive, you can scale, and you can become a menace in the late game. So I don't think it's as easy as the Renekton one, which is still difficult to navigate in the early levels, but I do like the angle here.
Be able to take that one. Level 6 on the Vi, and bot side going to be able to collect the wave as well.
Top lane has just been so interesting throughout this series for me. I felt like Bin played really well in the Renekton game, had an incredible Jax game, but Zeus has been so critical in these last couple of wins. We've seen the matchup so many times. They're looking bot.
Yeah, Shin not going to quite find the flash, as there is the flash escape from Gumayusi. Shin too far as the ulti does come down, but first blood goes over tonight, and Gumayusi's going to be taken as well. It doesn't matter that it kind of went wrong at the start as BLG claimed 2.
And they get the bot lane lead. Okay, HLE, they're not going to take that lying down though. They swap back to the other side of the map on their revives, up to Grubs. Kanavi gets one of them thus far, and they're chasing them back out. Delight now with the support ultimate advantage. Even though On made a big play, Delight with the experience advantages this time around, and they're just going to bully them off.
Exactly, you know, there is that cost to On making the roam towards mid lane. You know, he did attack Zach, he did force the flash, but he's down about a full level now and is going to be missing that Pop Blossom.
But Knight just down to 50% and will be able to walk it off. No flash employed just yet as the dash in from Gumayusi. They just want to kill On, and they are going to do so. Viper immediately cancels the ulti as Kanavi falls down on top of him. He doesn't have support though because On is being really annoying. Guma is going to finally pick up that kill. I don't think it's going to be there in time for this dragon to be taken doubles for BLG. As Zeus just standing under the turret with his ultimate running as Kanavi's just walking in. Finds a stun onto On. He's taking so much damage. Kanavi down to 50% though as he does have that wild growth. Bullet time comes down. Pop Blossom onto 2. But the bullet time doesn't quite do enough. Gumayusi takes down On. Kanavi flashes out. The cease and desist will be acquiesced here by HLE as it's a double kill for Gumayusi. And HLE will say thanks so much for the dragon.
They take it again. Thanks for the leash, and they're not done. Pantheon ult for Knight.
Of course, Kanavi is just going to dive underneath the turret. Doesn't quite find the damage with the Q, and will just settle for some Krugs. Compositions. As Kanavi just going to walk towards the river here. Rift Herald.
They want to fight.
Yep, that is going to be what's on their minds. As the Pop Blossom is going to connect onto Kanavi. Cease and desist into the backline as they look to take down Gumayusi. Knight is going to finish it. But now Viper is in trouble. Zeka dives forward, finds the chains to take out his former teammate. And there goes Kanavi as well. Zeka trying to escape, but he had to tank up the turret to get out of here. The Abduct is going to come through. The Abscond and the Kingslayer is going to be there, but it's Knight that takes him down. And they'll take a free Rift Herald as well.
On starts out the play, and Shun's Vi ultimate sits Guma down. They put that gold lead in the dirt at the very beginning of the fight. What a flank from BLG.
That was beautiful by BLG. Knight with the TP, On with the engage, Shun getting into the backline, everyone combining there perfectly. Viper gunning him down with the bullet time over the top. They needed it all. It's so smart when the powerful part of your team is the other side of the map. You just have to hang on and don't let Bin push his advantage.
But there is going to be still advantages pushed as the first turret is going to be taken down by BLG.
Beautiful. It's perfect. Now on the Dragon, HLE immediately burning it down. I don't think you can contest this one. And honestly, there's not even a lot in the aftermath that BLG can get, but they can push bottom.
Pretty scary has been, look at him, pressing all of these buttons, having a good time. As now Zeka looks for the chains, doesn't find them there onto On. We'll be able to at least hijack an ultimate as now Kanavi moving over. Zeus just takes down the turret right from underneath him as the World Ender has to be used. Kanavi avoids the Infernal Chains as the rest of HLE are grouped up for a fight.
Does go through onto the mid turret here and is going to get more map to play with for BLG as they finish off the mid turret, and now that can give them some avenues.
Mundo is walking from the top side of the map. A face check here from Zeka as he gets himself out of the way. The Between Worlds comes down. Great Polymorph comes in. Cease and desist, and Shun, he is going to have to do that as now Zeus makes his way in. 3 people, I do not think he minds. As Kanavi not going to be diving on top, but look at Zeus. He's just going to buy the time for them to try and take down this dragon. It's only at 50%, but there is no smite to try and lock this up, so it should be a soul point going over to HLE.
BLG not on the same page. Shin wanted the engage, he wanted the burst damage onto Silas, but they're not there to convert, and he just goes down for free.
Regenning health over and over again. Zeka there as well. with that Kingslayer. Zeus just walking up. Does take a fair bit of damage here, though, as we can see. Gets the wild growth as there are the knockups to Pop Blossom. Doesn't quite work out, but Zeka's one's decent as he dives on in. The chain lash comes down as Zeus takes out Ben. These health bars are so low. Viper is taken out, but Zeka will fall as well. Most importantly, Gumayusi stays alive, and they'll take down the outer turret.
And Zeus takes it all! He's still on the push. He's back to full HP.
How do you stop this man? He is just walking towards them. Maybe there's a meeting behind their fountain that he's late for. I don't know, but he has places to be, and it requires going through BLG. Yep, that's not going to kill him. He just keeps walking.
Zeus has a meeting, and it's feeling like it might be with the MSI trophy after that fight. The Dragon fight was so critical. That was their moment, and Ben now spotted on a flank.
Yeah, the World Ender is going to come on through. He gets polymorphed as now Zeka finds a cease and desist towards Shin. Zeus just wanders in tonight, though, as Ben getting chased out. Gumayusi following in this. The stun Konami locks it up. On finds the air with his Pop Blossom. Zeka is going to actually find the Kingslayer to take out Shin. They'll lose their Lulu, but On is not long for the world, and Knight is running the wrong direction. BLG have fallen apart.
BLG's battle lines are completely scrambled, and they have been overrun.
In a series that felt like it might just be BLG's, it is HLE battling back in back-to-back games. It is Zeus on the Swain. It is Zeus on the Mundo, a brick wall that BLG just have no answer to.
And from a team that got knocked out of the LCK Cup so incredibly quickly to now be this close to hoisting the MSI trophy. Only 2 other LCK teams have been able to do that. Hanwha Esports will join that roster.
But he was rooted up just a pixel or 2 away from it.
Oh my goodness, the chain's gonna find Knight. He's knocked up with the Pop Blossom from On. It is going to connect with Delight, who is taken out immediately. They want Gumayusi, and they'll find him with the Pop Blossom from Zeka is massive. Still they get their target, and Ben is gigantic in this front line. That's the GA popped. Ben is still a problem, but so is Zeus, as both of these top laners feel unkillable. Zeka's still alive as he's now looking for Shin. He'll get in on top of him. Kanavi taken out by the Aatrox. Zeus seems impossible to move. Zeka might be an option here, but the chains go wide, and Ben shuts him down. BLG still have a bit left in the tank.
The sustained wars go the way of BLG at the critical moment. They'll deny the soul.
That is insane. They found the angle there. Viper fully committed, flashing in to get the kill, and then Zeka with the stolen Pop Blossom. I thought that would be enough. Zeus is coming back.
Yeah, he's just going to walk into 2 people. They are going to leave because this Mundo is such a problem.
There is going to be some real damage behind this bullet time, but HLE pressing with the Baron.
Yeah, they will be able to take down this inner turret. The dregs of this Baron, the Rebel Baron power play, basically neutral for now as it does finally dissipate.
Mundo's still getting stronger. He has a Randuin's now. Guma, as we touched on, has that IE, has 4 items, and he has the support behind him.
Vision is just so critical for the
Here
engages.
we go.
Oh, that's Kanavi actually going up into the sky. He's away from the fight. The bullet time finds Guma, and the Pop Blossom isn't going to do too much here from Zeka. They try and dive into that backline. They'll take down Viper, but what else can they get? Zeus is able to get in there and find his angle. Delight should be taken out, as the polymorph should not be quite enough, and it's a double kill for Shin. But now Zeus is just immovable. The stun onto Ben, as it's jungler and top laner versus each other. Ben and Shin, they take out Kanavi, and Zeus, he may just be mortal in the end, and Shin will be able to put him down. Ben at full health is going to continue the push.
It was both junglers looking for a play at the same time. Pantheon was ulting towards mid. Shin saw him leave. Aussie blast cones, and he doesn't care. Straight for Guma, and Guma down again without any damage. BLG, they did it again.
How do they keep finding these angles every single time?
You know, Rift did help with the super blast cone, but this time around BLG are starting the Baron, trying to draw HLE in.
Well, Zeus can definitely face check. He is going to do that as Knight takes a briefcase to the face. Kanavi has a Mega Cone in order to get himself in here as well, as Gumayusi is hunting. I don't know about his frontline position here as well, as Knight does get himself out of the way. The briefcase doesn't land onto Viper as the Pop Blossom does come down. Cease and desist is stolen. They get on top of the Misfortune, but at what cost? Gumayusi trying to dash away from Bin. He is put down to his GA. Shin pops back up again, but Guma flashes out. Now Bin looks to get on top of him, but he dashes out of the way. And this is what a team fight looks like when Gumayusi stays alive. HLE will look for even more as Kanavi celebratorily ults underneath this inner turret, and I think they may have done it. Hanwha Esports may have just ended the Golden Road.
Incredibly costly mistake from BLG. HLE will retake the game and the series back.
And it looks like the orange tank is going to bulldoze the Golden Road as an immovable Mondo will take down these Nexus turrets. Pop Blossom in celebration from Zeka as Hanwha Esports. They've already done first stand and they'll do MSI as well.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.